Welcome to Project 52, 52 videos in 52 days. We're really excited about today because today we're going to be talking about marriage, something that's pretty close to our heart. How many years have we been married?
23.
Good job. So we're going to give you 23 ideas, tips, tricks on how to
Light it up, light it up, light it up.
One of the biggest things that we've learned, and is straight from the Bible, is to not let the sun go down on our anger. So work things out when you're upset, when you know that things are frustrating you. If you can't overlook that, talk about it, work it out. Don't go to bed angry.
Date your wife or date your spouse. We love dating each other. We try to make it once a week and do something that's intentional together.
Prioritizing our spouse over work, children, hobbies, obviously God first, and next in line is our spouse. And that's huge when the other person notices that when Danny does something that makes me feel important and put above work and children and all of the day-to-day stuff.
I'll take this one.
I bet you will.
Sex. Have lots of sex. Sex is good for the marriage. It keeps things healthy.
Sure. All right, number 5.
You're not going to do the 52-day sex challenge. 52 days. Project 52. That's no.
Yeah. No.
Not
that
happening.
is not the challenge. No. Communication in marriage, obviously crucial. I'd say one of the biggest challenges these days is that the easiest way to communicate with most people is via so our goal is eyeballs. I need to see your eyeballs before I start talking and asking you things.
Yeah. Is we say sorry a lot in our marriage. Is if I mess up, I don't try to make excuses for it. I just come to her and say, babe, I'm really sorry I handled myself that way. I'm really sorry I didn't take the trash out. I told you I would. I don't try to make excuses for it and say, well, I would have if, it's just, I blew it. I'm sorry. I will handle that better next time.
Own it and apologize is our goal. Which leads to forgiving a lot. So with in any relationship, there's a lot of sorries, there's a lot of forgiveness and grace that needs to happen. So if you are not great at forgiving, get better at forgiving. Make it a goal, make it a priority. And encouraging one another in verses, biblical verses, writing a note to each other and encouraging and hey, I know you're going through a lot today, or not just good luck on that project or have a great trip, but genuinely praying for each other. I'm working on it.
So one of the things that we like to do, we don't do it all the time. Sometimes we'll do it on our phone. Sometimes we'll grab an old photo book. Remember those? An actual photo book with actual pictures. Now we have like thousands and thousands on our phone. But we try to do that on a regular basis of talking about how we fell in love or talking about a trip we took or talking about an experience that we had, because those reminders of the past help us to do what we want to encourage you to do next, which is
the goal is to plan and dream up future together, making those plans, and whether it's just what's coming up this weekend and making a fun plan, or if it's something down the road, even a couple of years out where it's a big anniversary or something. Listen.
Mm-hmm. we just can't do enough of this. So earlier I talked about like being on my laptop and typing away, right? Is when I give her eyeball time, I don't just need to like say yes, okay, and try to get back to whatever I'm doing. Is really try to listen to the other person, process what they're saying, and then speak, not just come up with an immediate answer. Sometimes we're always giving solutions when the other person just needs to be heard.
And praying together. Prayer can be vulnerable. Prayer can be intimate. Those are just reasons all the more to do that. So have your prayer time alone with God, but also carve out time to pray together. Next one is sticking to a budget. And for us, this has really, we joke about making the budget the enemy instead of each other. And I think that's been really helpful. So if we say, hey, how much can we spend on whatever it is, a project for the house or a vacation, a trip, whatever. And it doesn't have to be you saying, hey, well, we don't have that money, or me saying, well, we shouldn't spend it on that, or whatever. But if we both work together, set that budget, and we go, oh, budget says we can't do it, that's been really helpful.
Well, let's take a class together. Maybe you take a budgeting class together. Maybe you guys take an art class together. We do Bible studies on a regular basis.
Serving together. So serving, for us, a lot of that has to do with your ministry, our ministry, and you being on the road and serving in those capacities. But also looking for opportunities to serve in your church. And so
the God Pocket is a recent thing that we started doing about 3 years ago after we took a class together called Rooted in
envelope.
It's an envelope,
Yeah.
and we'd put cash in there. And then as a family, we look for opportunities to give that. So it gave like new opportunities when we would take a trip down to Los Angeles together to have dim sum or something to say who's around us that we could bless. And because we've been planning on doing that, we have the God Pocket to give to them. And so I've seen some just really cool things come out of this. My favorite with the God Pocket probably is my daughter and I were at the grocery store, and we ended up paying for somebody's groceries, and this lady just came to us in tears. We went to our car. She came to us in tears just saying, you have no idea the situation we're in right now, and we're just so thankful. And to see, and she gave my daughter a hug. She's just, can I just hug you? And gave my daughter a big hug. And it really impacted us and reminded us of the importance of giving to those people that are around us that we have the opportunity to give to, but we might not think about it because we don't have money specifically carved out for that. So for the last 3 years or so, we've been doing that. We'd encourage you to find ways to give in unique ways. All right.
I'm not very good. Sorry.
I'm armless.
No, and it was hiding back here. Anyway. Being silly, definitely not my strength. I see the arm. I see it. But definitely Danny's strength. So there's a lot of joy and laughter. But I would say it's a conscious decision and goal that we have in our marriage, that sometimes when things get too intense and there's so much going on and we try and break up the routine and go, you know what, we need to just laugh right now. We need to go find something silly to watch on TV, or just get, I don't know, dance party around the house and just get goofy together. So that's important in a marriage.
Let me just give you another challenge in here. Again, we're giving a lot of different stuff, but maybe this is one for you, is read the book of Philippians and think about what Paul is telling us about how we need to rejoice. He says it over and over again, rejoice. I'll say it again, rejoice always. And so it is something that's designed to be a part of who we are. So I would definitely, we try to laugh a lot, try to be silly, try to be fun. But the bottom line is we want to have joy and let that be reflective of who we are in Christ.
Amen.
So share. We try to share what we're learning all the time. Kim's reading a book on marriage by Timothy Keller right now, and she shares what she's learning with me. And I'll take things that I'm reading and share them with her. Maybe there's a show I watched on my own, but I'll share something out of that. As we're trying to share life with each other and constantly sharing. This is one of the things that I think attracted Kim to me, but it's a dangerous thing too, is I share everything with her.
I was waiting for, where's this going?
I share things that are embarrassing. I share things I'm insecure about. I share faults. I share mistakes. I share failures. I share everything.
Being teachable. I think just what you said has definitely taught me to be more vulnerable and sharing stuff with you too that I'm thinking about or going through. But being teachable can be hard when we get called out on something, but it's what we need to do.
Let me take the next one is celebrate. We've kind of alluded to this, but we try to celebrate things all the time, whether it's celebrating a birthday, celebrating an award our kids got or an achievement they've had. We try to celebrate anniversaries. We try to, just celebrate life.
I'm going to take discussing expectations.
Yes, this is a favorite of yours.
This is a favorite of mine. It's huge. As far as I'm aware, expectations are 100% the issue when we're fighting, when we're arguing, when it's something. It's because he thought it was one way and I thought it was another. You expected it to be something, I expected it to be something totally different. Whether it's going out on a date, whether it's going to the grocery store, whether it's going, doing anything in our day-to-day, even when you wake up in the morning and go, oh, well, I have this, and this planned, and I'm thinking I have this, and this planned, and they don't line up, and nothing is in the same. So over and over throughout the days, we do our best to share the expectations, and at night I try and look at the calendar and go, okay, we have these things tomorrow. What do you have going tomorrow? And lining those expectations up avoids so many potential arguments and frustrations, because you shared it. I know what your plan is, what you're thinking, and even when we say, hey, let's go to the beach. If we were planning a beach day, it doesn't have to be every minute planned out, but definitely a general expectation. Are you thinking we're going to walk hand in hand by the water all day long?
Of course.
Of course. No, you'll burn. So I know that's not the truth. I know that's not really going to happen. So are we going to walk into the shops along the beach and what? So no, not the shops. I think this is why we don't end up at the beach a lot. Right there. Because our expectations need to line up to make that fun for both of us.
Remove distractions. We are filled with distractions all the time. Our phone has become a constant distraction. Our computers, the television, magazines, things are going on, emails, all types of stuff are distracting us from connecting and communicating effectively. That you could communicate here, enjoy each other here, do something together with eyeballs. Enjoy your marriage, love your spouse. Thank you for watching Project 52.
52.
Out.
Out.
That's it.